Dubai and the UAE have attracted thousands of millionaires from all over the world for their tax policies, including me and hundreds of people here that we've helped at Wealthy Expat. But I don't just want to praise Dubai. I don't just want to say Dubai and the UAE are the best places on earth, because I'm right now in Bangkok, Thailand, right here in the St. Regis Resort, and I like to travel all over the world. I like to explore other regions, not just stay in Dubai, and every place has its negatives. Every place has its drawbacks. For example, Thailand is an amazing place, but it can get crowded. The traffic can be crazy. The weather can be unpredictable. So I want to talk about the 3 reasons why you maybe shouldn't consider moving to Dubai or staying in Dubai all the year. Because when I talk about going to Dubai and the UAE, I mean moving your personal and corporate tax residency to the UAE, not actually moving all the year to Dubai and the UAE. The first reason is the weather. It can get hot in summer. I spent all the summer in Dubai 2 years ago, and it does get to you. And a lot of people that move to Dubai, they think, oh, I'll survive, I'll just stay indoors. But overall, the air quality gets worse, the pollution gets worse. Overall, it's harder to live in Dubai and the UAE and overall all the Gulf during the summer. You can pop in and out. That's what I do during the summer. I just go for a week, I go out for another month, I then go back for a week, and then I stay during the winter. Overall, you can stay 90 days per year in order to qualify for tax residency in the UAE. If you want to pay 0 personal income tax, if you want to have your company in the UAE, if you want to pay 0% capital gains tax on your crypto and so on, you can stay 90 days per year. You don't need to be the whole year. In summer, you can go to other regions of the world. That's why I talk about so many different programs, so many different continents that you can go to. You can spend the winter in Dubai and then go to Europe and have a residency program like the Greek Golden Visa. Or you could go to Mexico, where I'm going next, and you can get citizenship in Mexico or permanent residency and then spend the summers in Mexico and combine these different regions of the world, but have Dubai as your tax base, as your financial base. If you have children and your children are studying in one of the amazing international schools in Dubai, then you can take advantage of the summer break and then go to Europe or Australia or anywhere in the world that has better winter during the summer. Now, the second reason is it might feel fake, or it might feel like everything revolves around money. This is not completely true. It's not an artificial society. People still live regular lives. There's people that have been living in the UAE for 20 plus years, but it doesn't have that history, that tradition that other countries, for example, in Italy, where there's literally streets that have been there for 1,000 years, you don't have that in the UAE. But what you do have is a high concentration of high net worth people. The UAE is not for history or tradition, even though it has some history to it. That's not the main purpose. The main purpose is to drive innovation, to drive growth, to drive millionaires to come to the UAE and Dubai, set up, pay the government fees, get that golden visa, pay the government for those visas, and even citizenship. If you contribute enough, you can get UAE citizenship if you contribute a multi-million-dollar investment to the country. That's the purpose. It acts as a business. It provides value to people in the way of 0% tax, in the way of networking, in the way of growing their wealth, and those people then spend some time in the UAE and contribute to the economy. That's how you need to look at it. You can't look at it as, oh, Dubai's fake, oh, the UAE is super fake, it's artificial. That's not the point. It's not to be a real society with a lot of nature everywhere, although they are planning that for 2040. They want to have nature, they want to have a lot of parks, they want the weather to be better in summer. That's the direction that the government is going. You shouldn't compare it to other places that have a lot of nature. You shouldn't compare Dubai and Thailand. You shouldn't compare Dubai and places in Europe, because it's just not on the same level. Some places in Europe have 60% tax. Yes, they have a lot of nature, but you're also giving more than half of your income to the government. Whereas in Dubai, now with the 9% tax, let's call it 9%, plus 0% personal income, plus 0% capital gains tax, you're dramatically making more money, reducing your tax bill, but yes, giving up some things, although you can always travel back, and that's the beauty of it. Dubai is well connected with the rest of the world, so you might not want to spend all your year in Dubai and the UAE. You might want to travel in and out, connected to other places, spend time back home, wherever you come from the UK, from US, from Canada, from Europe, and then have it as your financial base. And the third reason why you might not want to move to Dubai, although hopefully it doesn't apply to you, because here I'm speaking to millionaires, to high net worth individuals, to people that don't care that much about everyday costs of things, is that Dubai is expensive. But it's not really that expensive. A lot of people say, oh, Dubai is so expensive, it's not worth the tax savings. If you're saving $4 million a year because you before paid 40% tax on $10 million in profit, and now you're making $4 million more and not wasting that on some government in the West, you can't say that things are more expensive because they're not $4 million. And Dubai is an extremely developed place, an extremely developed economy. You don't have roads with potholes. You don't have crime. It's extremely safe. Yes, things are expensive, but it's not that expensive compared to a place like Singapore or New York or London. The prices are pretty much the same, maybe a little bit more expensive in some places. And that's something that a lot of people talk about. Oh, Dubai is so expensive, but it's at the same price as any other big financial hub around the world. And if you compare it to, in my opinion, the most expensive place on earth, Switzerland, it doesn't even seem expensive. It seems cheap. When you compare it to Switzerland or any of these huge yachting destinations in the Mediterranean, Dubai is pretty cheap compared to those. So I would advise you to not be price sensitive when you're going to Dubai because things are more expensive. Government fees are more expensive than other places. Starting a company, it's thousands of dollars, not $100 or $300 like it is in the United States. So overall, yes, things are more expensive, but you're saving millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes and in other restrictions that your country might impose on you. I personally love Dubai and the UAE. I love it as a tax base, as a financial base, as a place to spend a couple of months per year, not the entire year. And if you actually want to move and move your family, you can always hop in and out and take advantage of those breaks when your kids are not in school and then go to other places. You want to have multiple bases around the world. That's what we always talk about. Have 3 passports, 5 residency programs, multiple banks that you use around the world, so you're always protected and you have options no matter where you go. If you want to find out where millionaires are moving around the world, the top countries that the wealthiest people in the world are choosing, the UAE is just one of those options. You can check out this video right here on where millionaires are moving. The top countries with the wealthiest people in the world are moving their money, themselves, and their families. Check it out right here.